19 months ago, a social uprising exploded in what was thought to be Latin America's most stable economy and democracy. No one saw it coming. Angry protests spread throughout Chile, including widespread vandalism and looting. Nothing, it seemed, could put out the fire or satisfy citizens' demands for better social rights. The revolt forced the conservative government and Congress to give Chileans the right to draft a new constitution with freely elected delegates for the very first time.
This process is in fact a democratic response to a conflict that could otherwise end in authoritarianism. Hopefully, democracy will work.
Writer, philosopher, and political analyst PATRICIO Fernandez is one of the independent candidates to the upcoming Constitutional Convention.
This is where the convention will be held to replace this, Chile's current constitution. It was written in 1982 by the former military dictatorship, and millions of Chileans regard it as illegitimate from its conception. More importantly, it sets the ground rules for this country's economic, political, and social system, which a vast majority now believe must be changed.
The Constitution consecrates Chile's exceptionally free market model. It has allowed the economy to grow. But over time, a tiny minority has accumulated enormous wealth and power, leaving the majority unprotected in terms of decent health care, education, and pensions. Income inequality is the worst amongst OECD members.
We need a new social contract in which the state guarantees the social rights we need. We must update our democracy and institutions, which means redistribute power democratically. We may be leading the charge for the demands much of the world is making.
Chile's new constitution will be the world's first written with gender parity. And 17 of the 155 delegates will represent the country's indigenous people. But there are serious concerns that the electoral system will unfairly favor the widely discredited political parties over independent candidates like criminal lawyer MAURICIO DAZA.
The basis of power today is carried out by a handful of large economic groups that in practice decide not only the way the state is administered, but define how our society is structured.
Others are worried that reforms may go too far, be too radical, or create false expectations. As things stand, the future stability of Chile will rest on the shoulders of those who will have to strike a very difficult and delicate balance. Lucia, Newman, Jazeera, Santiago.